Right, so it is time for another one of my WWE discussion videos. If you saw the one last month, I did say I'm going to do a video related to WWE every month, just so I can talk about the current storylines, current wrestlers, everything like that. And I will say at the moment, it is probably looking like I'm very bright at the moment, because if you watched my last video, I was very dark when I was sat here. So I've put the light on now, and it's literally, the light is right above me. So it looks like I'm proper white at the moment, so you'll have to forgive that. But yeah, to crack on with the video. I've enjoyed WWE this month, over this past month since my last video. I know there's been a lot of slating on the forums and everything, and fans are kind of thinking that WWE are just dragging it out until The Rock comes back, and I do get an understanding of that. But what they're doing at the moment to build up for The Rock is very good, I thought. And I'll talk about a few of the things in this video. And the first thing I want to talk about is this whole Dolph Ziggler, John Cena, AJ and Vicky Guerrero storyline. I didn't like the story to begin with. I thought it was very tacky, very cheesy. But as it's developing, it's hooking me in a bit more. And that's purely down to Dolph Ziggler. I'm a huge Dolph Ziggler fan. I think he's been kind of shut away in the dark for a long time, and this is his kind of moment. You know, he's in the main event, he's main eventing with John Cena, the top guy in the company. He's beaten him at pay-per-views. So obviously WWE have got big plans for Dolph Ziggler, and that's very good to see, because he's definitely worthy of it. He's built his way up, and hopefully we'll get that cash in soon, and he will get the World Championship. We did think it was coming in the most recent Raw, the Slammies, but then, as you know, John Cena came out and made a stop to that cash-in attempt, which was very annoying. I think AJ's a great character. It's good to have a diva in such a kind of high point in the Raw card and everything. And she's a very popular diva as well. It's very unique. We've never really seen a diva like her, so it is good to have her up there. As you know, she did screw John Cena, and we did see a debut of Big E Langston. Now, I don't have too much to say about him because I don't watch NXT. I know he's very popular on NXT, but I don't watch it at all. What I get the image of is he looks exactly the same as Ryback, apart from he's black. He wears I can't remember what it's called, like the same clothes as what Ryback wears. He's got the same sort of build. He's bold. No, he's not bold, sorry. He's got some hair, but he's got that same kind of moody look. He's definitely like a Ryback clone. If you just Google image him, if you haven't seen him, you'll understand what I mean. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they kind of work. It looks like WWE are building up their kind of powerhouse wrestlers at the moment, which is great to see. It's always been popular. You know, like people like Batista, even Bobby Lashley a few years ago, very popular. But Vince McMahon, I think, wasn't really happy with him behind the scenes. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they take this story. I'm interested to see the Big E Langston and how he kind of comes into the fold. And I'm hoping this whole storyline ends with Dolph Ziggler kind of securing himself as a main eventer. Obviously, hope he'll eventually cash in, and I do think it's going to be a successful cash in, and I think he'll have a good title run. He definitely deserves it. So yeah, it's a decent storyline. Just while I was on that kind of subject of the Slammies as well, I just want to say how great was it to see Ric Flair back again. I thought that was definitely kind of, I was marking out for that. I couldn't believe it when I saw Ric Flair come out, because I thought, I don't have a clue, but I thought he was still with TNA. The last time I heard of him, he was with TNA anyway, so I was quite shocked to see Ric Flair there. It was really nostalgic, really good to see him locking the figure 4 back in, and that was great. It'd be great if he came back as like a permanent role, obviously not a wrestler, but maybe like the general manager or something like that, because I've always liked Flair. Moving on to CM Punk, we know he's got an injury, and that is real life as well. It's not part of the storyline, which is a shame because I'm a big CM Punk fan. But still, he's coming out and cutting promos, which is great. Obviously, they're building up to the Royal Rumble with the face-off with The Rock. It's obviously going to be CM Punk versus The Rock. We do know this. It's also, it says it in the trailers for the Royal Rumble as well. The Rock's featured heavily in the trailer. and I can't wait for the Royal Rumble. As you know by my old videos, I'm a big Rock fan. I've always grown up watching The Rock and loving The Rock, so whenever he's back on modern day WWE, I do love it. And it works for them. Whenever The Rock's around, we always get the best storylines and everything like that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how The Rock and CM Punk kind of gel together, because obviously it's going to be a bit different from The Rock and John Cena. And so let's see how CM Punk handles one of the all-time greats. On to Ryback. I'm still loving Ryback. I know there's a lot of Ryback haters, but I also do know that he's converting a lot of people. He's very popular. If you go to one of the live shows or anything, all you hear is "Feed me more" being chanted from the crowds, which is great. I think he's a great character. Like I said, it's good to have a big powerhouse wrestler in the kind of main event scene. And at the moment he's currently feuding with The Shield, which is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and I'm loving The Shield as well. I've been waiting for Dean Ambrose to kind of debut in WWE for ages now, months and months, because I did see him last year when I went to Raw in the UK. He was in a dark match right at the beginning of Raw, and I was very impressed, so I'm glad to see Ambrose is now in the big time. But back onto Ryback, I'm really excited to see kind of how his future goes along, because when The Rock comes back, I do think we're going to get a big drop in Ryback. I think they might kind of drop him down to the mid card. This is going to be quite upsetting. Hopefully, I can see him being a good world heavyweight champion, so maybe if he goes over to SmackDown and feuds with Dolph Ziggler eventually, that'll be quite good to see, because I really hope Ryback stays up there as a main eventer, because I really like him, and I think Vince McMahon likes him as well, and he's got big plans for Ryback. So yeah, I'm off to Raw in April in the UK again, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to most, is seeing Ryback. So I can't wait for that. As I mentioned, The Shield, I'll talk about them now. I really like in The Shield. It's good to have a good proper faction back in WWE. We haven't had one for a while. Of course, we had the Core and the Nexus, but now we've got Shield, which I'm really liking. It's always good to have that kind of dominant faction as well. It's great fun. It's good. It's actually quite entertaining to watch them beat down people. I don't know why, I just enjoy it, and I think they're really great wrestlers as well. Obviously, they're very popular with the kind of indie fans, and they've proper worked their way up from the bottom, similar to CM Punk. So it's good to see, especially Dean Ambrose getting a shot at the big time, because Ambrose has definitely got a big future ahead of him. He's going to be one of the mega heels of WWE, I think. I don't think they should ever make him a face, because I think he works brilliantly as a heel. On the subject of faces and heels, I'm really loving The Miz as a face. He works brilliantly. I can see him staying as a baby face for years. He works really well. He reminds me of Chris Jericho, that kind of cheeky, very troll-like character, which is great. He's really entertaining, he's really funny, and he's a great wrestler as well, in my opinion. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think he's a great wrestler, and I really hope he kind of sticks around, because he's really entertaining at the moment. He's the kind of comedy value of WWE, which is great. It makes a change from Santino and Carly and everything like that. And also Del Rio. It looks like Alberto Del Rio is now a face. I think, anyway. They haven't officially kind of done anything yet, but they're putting him in matches against heels. They're making him team up with faces. He teamed up with Miz very recently. I'm not too sure about this. I don't know if Del Rio is going to work as a face. Like I said, we've only ever known him as a heel, but maybe this is to kind of prize the Mexico fans and everything like that towards him, because he is a big Mexican star. Maybe they want the kind of Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara fans to start leaning towards Del Rio, which I'm up for. I'm up for seeing what Del Rio is like as a face. It could work. Again, I'm not too sure, because we haven't seen enough of it yet. Maybe when he gets into a proper feud and cuts a few promos, we'll be able to see what it's like. But yeah, I'm open to seeing what Del Rio's like. And the Royal Rumble build-up. I'm really looking forward to the Rumble this year. Obviously, we've got The Rock. I'm starting to think that the winner of the Rumble will be Ryback. I've just got that little inkling in my mind. I really hope so as well, because like I said, I'm a big Ryback fan. But again, we'll know a lot more closer to the time, and I'll do another video actually leading up to the Royal Rumble, because it is probably my second biggest pay-per-view of the year after WrestleMania. Really enjoyed the Royal Rumble. So yeah, that's about it for my kind of discussion on WWE this month. Leave your comments down below. I love to read through those. And that's about it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you on my next one.